Hey cherries, it's Jess here from A Cherry on Top, and today I am showing how you can use a gel press plate and sprays. I really love using sprays. I think they're just quick and easy, a lot of fun, and they come in so many different colors. You can use distress sprays. Dina Wakley has some media glosses. There are dilution sprays. Really, any water-based spray would work with this technique. So I'm first starting with adding some spray on my press plate, and some of them, like the one I'm working with right now, that was just the gloss, so it came out in a dropper. So I just used a paintbrush to spread it around a little bit more. And then I misted over the whole plate with some water just to get it nice and flowy, and it'll produce a little bit more of a watercolor look. I definitely recommend playing around with this. Play around with just one or two sprays and turn it over, add some water. They are so much fun, these prints, to make. So I would just play around with it until you get something that you like. And because this is a circle, which was really nice, I just stuck it right in the center of my layout. I love a messy mixed media look, so I am now going in with some splatters, and you can spray it, but I found you get nice little splatters if you actually open up the top and just tap with your finger the end, and then you'll get some nice little splatters. I add splatters to almost all of my mixed media pages. I think it just really adds that extra oomph and messiness and playfulness. When I used the media gloss, I got some larger clumps of splatter, so I wanted to add some larger splatters with some of the other colors as well. And because this is a mixed media layout, there are still going to be more layers that I end up adding. And next I'm going to go in with some Tim Holtz stamps, and I am going to try to coordinate still with the colors of my circle that I'd started with. So I'm grabbing some Catherine Pooler inks and inking up my stamps. And because the circle kind of changes colors, I am stamping and mixing the colors a little bit on the stamp as well. I'm using a stamp platform from Sizzix. This is the Stamp and Stencil, and it makes it so if you have to re-stamp again, you can do it. So you can see I didn't get a super vibrant stamp that first time, so I'm just going back over it once more, and then it will turn out a little bit better. I have a whole stash of stamps that I think look mixed media type, and I love just reaching into my stash and grabbing these. So I always think stamps are worth the investment. So any like scripty stamp, I personally love florals a lot, so a lot of them are florals. I like that this one combines both. And again, on this side, I'm mixing a little bit of a green ink on half the stamp and some more blue on the other half, just so I can get some of this color change that is happening in the main circle part. There are a lot of different things that you can do with the press plates. I'll show another technique in a little bit, but I just think they are so, so fun, and you get these one-of-a-kind, unique looks. Now I'm going in with a scripty stamp. You can tell this is an old one because it's mounted on a wood block even. And I am just going through and kind of keeping with the colors, where the more oranges and yellows are on the right side and greens and blues are on the left side. So I'm doing that with my stamping as well. Also, with the press plates, you can use so many other types of mediums. I've used ink pads, acrylic ink, watercolors. You can get impressions with stamps or stencils or bubble wrap or cardboard, all these other fun mediums and things to experiment with as well. Right there you saw I just took my spray bottle and mist it over the page, and this just kind of brings up some of the pigment and gives it a little bit more of a textured look. And now I'm going over with some texture paste. This is just some white paste, and I think it will just give another mixed media element on this page. And I love the look of texture paste. One, because it adds a little texture, of course, so things are raised up a bit, and two, it layers up beautifully, especially like where I have a watercolor background in the back. And when I'm using a stencil, most stencils aren't going to fully cover your 12 by 12 layout, so I just put a little bit here and a little bit there, and I don't worry about it too much that it's not fully covered. These are the photos that I'm using, some fun ones where Rachel and I went axe throwing, and that's also what inspired me to use the circle press plate. It kind of made me think of the center target. So that was kind of fun. And now I'm using the press plate to transfer color in a like watercolor way. So I added the pigment, and then I added some sprays of water, and you can see just how pigmented and watercolory that looks. And what I'm actually going to do with this is die cut out this paper. It's a really fun way, I think, to use dyes, because then the paper that you're using your dyes, not only does it have a mixed media look, but also the colors coordinate perfectly with the colors that you used on your background. And while the paint is still kind of wet, I just kept pressing the press plate into it until I was happy with just the look that it had. So now I'm cutting them up so I can add them into the die cut machine. I'm using these florals. These are also from Tim Holtz. I have some of these doodlebug ones that I just keep in my stash, and I love using. Again, just like my stash of stamps, anything floral, I just use and use and use and just keep in my stash and keep using. And I always love finding more, because it's something that, like when I'm doing a project like this, I love to just be able to have them in my stash. And I like this set because it also has branches, which not every set does. And now I'm moving into giving these flowers some shape. So I'm using the physics making tools shaping kit. So it's like this foam base that then you can use these rounded pieces to just give these flowers a bit more dimension. I think it makes a really big difference. I love having dimensional projects, and I think this is a great thing to add to these flowers. I also like that these are stackable, so I stack them up a little bit, and then I'm also going to add a sequin in the center of these flowers. And the sequin, that's another thing I love adding with my mixed media pages, kind of like the splatter. It just gives it a little extra something, a little sparkle, and I think it almost always works perfectly. I kind of keep it mostly all mixed media. Like this, I didn't include like any ephemera or stickers. It's all things that I made, and I think that goes into just the really painterly fun look of it. So now I am laying out all of my flowers how I want on this page. With the leaves, you can see I'm dabbing the edges into the ink pad a little bit just to give it a little bit extra darkness on the sides. I'm going in with some cherry foam tape to pop up these photos. And then once I start getting everything glued on, that's pretty much it. I hope this has showed you how to use sprays with a press plate. Thanks for watching.